Hey, happy 2025. My name is Stacy. I am an intuitive tarot reader, and I have decided that in 2025, I'm going to do my best to upload more pick a card readings on my YouTube. So if you find yourself here, welcome, take a seat, and I will be happy to see what January has in store for you using all of my cards. So here's how it works. Okay, I'm going to pick 3 different bundles of cards. And I'm going to show you the picture of them, and I want you to sit. And what I do is I take a breath. And I usually go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whichever one gives me a little bit of a zhuzh or a tingle, I kind of go, that's the one I want to watch. Now, you can watch all of these if you want and see which one resonates with you, but go with the first one that really pulls you to it first, okay? So these readings are designed to be for January 2025. We will see what the spiritual guidance is for people that comes up. I am just letting this message up to Spirit. What does Spirit want you to know for January 2025? So, which group do you pick? Group number 1? Group number 2? Or group number 3? Take a deep breath. See which deck calls to you. All right, group number 1, here are your cards. I don't know what they look like. I'm excited. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Remember that your present situation is not your final destination. The best is yet to come. What if you knew everything was going to go to plan, especially how you imagined it? Start believing it and feeling it, and very soon it will be your reality. And the Lovers. Now, funnily enough, I don't feel like this is to do with an actual relationship. I think this is to do with you in your life. It's not about the lovers in your life. It's not about the relationships, the romantic ones. It's more about how you are in the romance in your life. And what I mean by that is, I'm a huge fan of romancing your life, of making your love story with yourself the biggest love story you can have, okay? So, where do you need to establish better boundaries? Who is pushing those boundaries? Especially after the Christmas period, like if you've spent any time with family that you usually don't, your boundaries are probably shot. So we will see. Wheel of Fortune. I really feel like people are judging you, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is all about the fact that the wheel constantly turns. So sometimes you might find yourself in a position where things are a bit crap for a while, and then they start shifting. And when they start getting good, it's like, whoa, this is really, really nice. And I don't know what to do with this because it's nice. But it starts with the boundaries, okay? I really, really am strongly feeling that when the good is good for you, you share it with everybody. But when the bad is bad for you, there is nobody to give. Instead, they just still take. And I really want you to think about that for a second, okay? It feels like all of these hands are grasping at you. All of them are pulling on your energy. When your well is empty, they are still pulling. They are still going. And you are the kind of person who is really quite caring, and you want to give, and you continuously give. Now, that might be to do with relationships, romantic in your life. You are a person who consistently gives. And so when the good is good, everybody's happy. But when things aren't as good and you maybe can't give the way you used to before, not even talking about money, I'm talking about your time and your energy. When you start prioritizing you, those kind of people that really take advantage of you are going to have a problem with that. And if somebody truly loved you and truly cared about you, they would respect your boundaries. They would see that you're hitting burnout and that you need to recharge and that they're asking too much of you, okay? Remember that your present situation is not your final destination. The best is yet to come. January might be the month where you're just like, what am I doing with my life? You have to remember as well that there's a lot of new year, new me. We're still in the dead of winter. This is the time where you are not supposed to do much at all. You are still supposed to be hibernating. You are still supposed to be just taking it easy, okay? So stop trying to give that summertime energy. Slow everything down. This is not your final destination, okay? January is not the start of the year, and if I don't hit it right, all is lost. No, that is not the case at all. Like, at all. The best is yet to come. Think ahead to springtime. Think about now as the time where you are a seed that is planted. Do the work for you, to mind you, to care for you, to nurture your seed. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. See how the pentacles in her lap? This is her pouring her love and adoration into this seed. This is a very grounded card. This is saying this is the time where you are supposed to really plant your feet. You are supposed to take care of you, prioritize you, especially I want to say your health right now. So if you haven't been taking care of your body, if you haven't been eating right, if you haven't been fueling your system right, if you haven't been moving in a way that you've enjoyed for a very long time, now is the chance to do it. The Queen of Pentacles is the kind of mother that, like, you go around her house and she always has good food. She always wants to feed you. She's always trying out recipes. It is that energy of love, okay? Now, second card that came out for this was the King of Wands. So for some of you, this is a card about a relationship. So the King of Wands, I don't know if you can see, but he's looking backwards. So this is a fire energy. So this is somebody who really, I want to say, is almost like an adrenaline junkie, that they like to go constantly. They are looking for their next high, their next, Mount Everest, their next adventure. Like, for them, sitting still is actually like, I can't do this. But he's sat here and he's looking back. And so what that sometimes reminds me of is this is somebody who has had their best days already. And they get so fixated on how life used to be, the amazing adventures they did have, and now things are different. They don't know how to go with that. They don't know how to adapt to that change, okay? So the best days are not behind you. Your final destination is not here yet. And it is okay to slow things down and to really prioritize you and your health. What if you knew everything was going to go exactly to plan and how you imagined it? Start believing and feeling it, and very soon it will be your reality. I love that card because it's from a friend designed those decks, power deck cards, and it's an exercise in trust. Okay, it's an exercise in what is it that I need in my life right now? What is Spirit delivering, and can I trust the process? Can I take Spirit's hand and blindly follow? Six of Cups. So this is a card of like inner child healing. It is about childhood. It is about, those wounds being healed. I want to say it's like you are going to go back to this kind of childlike wonder and whimsy is what I'm hearing. I don't really use that word whimsy. So it's this childlike wonder and whimsy. And it's this, the kid at Christmas belief that, like, well, everything is going to work out because why wouldn't it? Like, that's how the life is supposed to be. And then we got the Star. Now, the Star is a major arcana card. So this is like something about you as a person. The Star is the dreamer card. But she's understanding that she has to pour into the collective, but it's also okay to pour into you. What I'm really getting from your cards right now is that you don't take enough time to pour into you. You do a lot for other people and you don't spend a lot of time on you. And that starts with boundary setting, okay? Like I said with the Lover's card, I feel like it's romancing your life, making you a priority as if as you were a lover, but it also is talking about, a relationship that could be romantic in your life when it comes to the King of Wands. Yeah, we have the Sun card. So this is all about that new beginnings, those fresh starts, like being charged up by the sun and just embracing the energy, that kind of vitality. So in January, it is important to prioritize you. And if you find it hard to romance your life, there are loads of people on YouTube and TikTok and Reels that do it. Start by taking yourself on a date. This can be a date at home, like buy yourself the nice moisturizer, buy and light the nice candle. It is treating yourself nicely. It is saying, yeah, no, I can't go Friday night. I'm not going to go on that date. I'm not going to go help blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, I am prioritizing me. Imagine you are an entity outside of you. She's worked really hard all week. She needs a rest. She needs recuperation. She needs downtime. And I really want to say it feels like the holiday season was a lot for you. It feels like your social battery is very, very low. And so you might need a little bit of quiet time, a little bit of sensory downtime for like a week to recharge fully. So slow down on your commitments, really focus inwards on yourself, and set those boundaries with people that would push you to cross them. Because if they truly loved you, they would understand that you need this time. Okay? So, thank you, group number 1. Here we go, group number 3. So, work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Moth, mystery, concealment, illusion. And we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, so this is kind of a really sad card. And the energy when I pulled this wasn't dark, let's say, but it was very bottom of the energy levels. And now we got to work our way up. So when we talk about the 5 of Cups, you can see here, there are 3 empty cups. This cup is being poured into this hole, and there's 1 cup left. And if you can see, her energy is being zapped out here too. This is a card of grief. This is a card of loss. And that doesn't necessarily mean the grief of a person. While it can mean actual grief, it can be a grief of a situation too. It's like, I should have had this, I should have had that. My life should be like this right now. And it's not. And it really feels like you are pouring into an empty well, and it is just taking constantly. So that feels like an overall arc. So we'll see what the cards have for you, and hopefully it'll be a bit brighter. So working through your fears, the new moon in Scorpio. When we talk about new moons, we talk about things that we can manifest, things that we can grow, things that are just at the beginning. So it feels like you have a lot to say. We got the Knight of Swords. So this is a conversation that needs to happen. This is you. I really want to say saying your piece. And like, you can see he's running towards that motorbike, right? It's like, this is something that scares you. This feels like standing up to somebody that really hurt you. We have the Devil card. So it is somebody who was very controlling, who pushed you around a lot, like possibly even physically. So when you first meet the Devil card, it's magic. It is excitement. It is energetic. It has a lot of great things about it. But then very quickly, it turns sour. It turns controlling. It becomes quite anxious, like an anxious attachment. And you're just like, I need some space. I need to breathe. But whoever this person is for you, they hold a lot of fear. Like, you have a fear of standing up to them. And with the Knight of Swords, you kind of want to run away when it is time to stand up. But I really want to say Spirit will not give you a battle that you're not ready for. At this stage in this, the signs are saying stand your ground. Say what needs to be said. 8 of Pentacles, you've worked really hard to get to the place you are right now in life, for you to be able to voice what you need to voice. I really feel like this could be somebody who's hurt you in the past, and you now have to confront them about it. And it's the fear of, will they make you believe that you didn't say it? And that's not the case. You've worked really hard to, and which you can see, I'm feeling it right here under my sternum, where it's like, it's not fear. This is your gut speaking, and this is like, it's going to come from here when you speak it out, because this is something that has been building. This isn't something that, you know, is small or trivial. This is something that really means a lot to you, and I wish you the best in saying your piece, because it is your truth and you deserve to speak it. Okay? That Knight of Swords says you're dashing in with it, you are ready to just voice it, but there is that kind of element of wanting to run away, and that's okay. That's okay. Okay? January is a tough month. You know, after Christmas, before February, it can be a bit of a tough month, but if the opportunity arises, take it. I'm going to pull another card to see what the outcome of that would be if you speak what you need to speak. And I have fireworks going on outside at the minute. So it is, I really feel like a sign. It can be a bit explosive in a good way. 5 of Wands. Arguments. Okay, so like I said, explosive. But I do feel like it'll be in a good way for you. Page of Pentacles. This is almost like a fresh start. Pages are like, they're messenger cards, and Pentacles are all about abundance. Like, it is a really good card to get. I feel like the minute you clear this from you, things start to shift, and you're going to just have this space that is going to be ready to be filled by something nice. Okay? So you can do it. The opportunity, when it arises, take it. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. I kind of want to pair that with the 5 of Cups. If you feel like you are energetically drained, it is because you are, first of all, but your internal condition is what affects the outside. So how I can describe that is when you aren't settled in here, outside is going to be chaos. A chaotic home is a chaotic mind, but a chaotic mind is a chaotic home. It's like in and out, as above, so below. Everything affects the other, okay? It is a matching system. So when your outer experiences are happening, so let's say you expect bad luck. Bad luck happens to you. It's because you're expecting it. And you're almost seeking it out in a way. I had a therapist once who gave me a really good story, and it was this idea that, you know, I was said, I don't fill up my tank anymore. I have a lot of drains out of my tank, but I don't have anything to fill me up. And she asked me to write it for a week. And that might be a good exercise for you in January, is to write down one good thing that happened to you in a day. It can be anything. It can be that your dog wagged his tail at you. There were days the only thing I had was my kids smiled, because it was really difficult. It was a very dark time. And to me, the world was just all shades of grey, and it just was not good. And so these are called moments of glimmer. And so when you identify a glimmer, it gives you a burst of glimmer of goodness. And if you can anticipate it, you know it's coming, it kind of almost doubles it. So it feels like as well that you are wasting a lot of your glimmers. A lot of that energy is on something else, is what I want to say, rather than someone else. It feels like you're really, okay, what they're showing me is you've got a lot of time spent on something, and you are just still throwing money in the hole, hoping things will change, and they're not going to change. So it is time to stop doing what you've been doing. Start prioritizing you and your energy. Cut your losses, because your outer experiences are a reflection of your internal condition. I actually really want to say it's like you're really pushing to do something and to make it work because it's expected of you, but you actually don't want to do it. Your heart is not in it. It's like if I asked you to make a meal for somebody you didn't like, you really don't want to do it. It's not going to turn out great. You're going to subconsciously sabotage it. It's going to taste horrible. Okay. Whereas if you did it for somebody you truly liked and loved, it will be a great meal because you would put your heart and soul into it. Outer experiences, internal condition. And then we have Moth, mystery, concealment, and illusion. So what is it that you are hiding? And I want to say, now I absolutely hate moths. I hate butterflies. They're pretty to look at. Don't come near me. I will swing. Do not come near me. So with the moth, I feel like it is all about this metamorphosis in the night. It's like you have done a lot of work on you, and I want to say, three threes. So 333 might be your number, or the number 3 might be your number. But we have the Knight of Wands. Your natural disposition is this. She is wild. She is dancing to the beat of her own drum. Her horse is unbridled in the back. She is fire energy. She is just passion. She is fierceness. And like the start of these cards are quite dark. And this is just like, yeah, you're supposed to be zesty. You're supposed to have things that light you up in your life. And right now you don't. And I really want to say it's because you've gone through this transition. Okay, like the moth, like the butterfly who goes into the cocoon. You are hiding something. There's a little bit of mystery about what it is that you're doing, but I want to say you're healing in silence, in a way that you're not letting people in on your plans. You're just doing and feeling what feels good for you in January. We have the Three of Swords, which is a card of heartache. Three of Pentacles, which is a card of teamwork. And then we have the Three of Cups. So that Five of Cups, whatever has been holding you back, whatever has been dragging you down a little bit, that heartache, it's like we're letting that in the past now. We're letting go. We are choosing us. So Three of Pentacles might be a case that you might work with a therapist. You might reach out to an organization to have help with this. I feel like it is something that you are going to seek professional help with, whether that is, you know, a therapist, a talk therapist, Reiki, some sort of healing, energy work, whatever it is. It's like you're working with somebody else to help you move this through your system. And then with the Three of Cups, this is like heavily leaning on friends. So it's 3, 3, and 3. So things coming in threes might mean a lot to you. So we have Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, heartache and loneliness, reaching out a hand for help, and then celebrating with joy with other people. So January feels like it's going to start off with, what am I doing? And I hope that these cards have given you a little bit of clarity and a little bit of guidance, and for you to really kind of get back to this passion. Start identifying where that passion is for you and seek it out. Thank you so much. All right, group number 3, our last grouping in the bunch. Curses and remedies, healing. I like this card. I like the imagery in it. Trust your path. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? When I lean towards love, I am led. And I feel like this is like your overall arcing card. It's the Two of Swords. So the 2 in tarot is usually a card of balance and is a card of choice. And as you can see, she's blindfolded. She is just burying her head in the sand. She has a decision to make and she doesn't want to make it. And I'm going to pull some cards and we'll see what that decision is. But the message behind that is, take off the blindfold and make the decision. I very strongly want to say, when we are between decisions, the universe can't get to work. If you're like, should I do this or should I do that? The universe is like, pick one. Whichever path you take, we will get you to the place you need to be and give you the best possible outcome. But you need to pick, okay? So with curses and remedy, we have healing, trusting your path and leaning towards love. So I feel like this is possibly to do with your heart space, possibly to do with your heart center. And it's like, the imagery they're giving me is, it's like a timid dog, you know, who you're trying to befriend. So you might have trust issues, you might have issues putting yourself out there, you've done a lot of healing and growth, and now you're ready to stand straight and stand tall, okay? So curses and remedy, the Death card. So it's like things are changing. How you might have chosen to heal previously is something that you're no longer doing. Two of Cups. This is a card of soulmates. So I feel like there could be somebody in your life who is having a very positive influence on you, who is changing your mind about a lot of things. And how you might have chosen to heal previously, you know, you might have had a bad day and you would have went, you know, fuck it, burn everything to the ground, or, you know, go have a drink, or, you know, take part in some sort of self-destructive behavior. Some people take criticism really bad, and it would just slippery slide down into like everything sucks. Whereas this person, I feel like, has a very sunny disposition, has a very optimistic mindset, and it's making you see things. I'm seeing like this action. So it's like you saw it this way and now you're being brought this way. So seeing things from a different perspective. This relationship is really good for you. Doesn't have to be romantic. The best thing about soulmates is that you have many, many soulmates, and some of them are romantic, some of them are in a friendship, some of them are family, okay? This person has a really good influence on you and is showing you how to do things a little bit differently, and you are closing off chapters of destruction, is what I'm hearing. And you're really rising above and finding cures and remedies for your healing. So that might be, you know, moving away from pharmaceutical medication, moving more on a holistic path, whatever it is, okay? So trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? 10 of Cups. Happiness. Happiness and fulfillment awaits you on this path. 4 of Pentacles. You see how he sat on these pentacles and he's got them under his feet, in his lap and on his head? This is a card of like being afraid to like lower your boundaries, or not lower your boundaries, lower your walls. Giving people your trust, trusting that things aren't always going to go rotten or not work out for you. So like in January, it is, the imagery they're giving me is like take a deep breath and take a step forward. Take a deep breath, take a step forward. Because, and shoulders back. Shoulders back, take a deep breath, step forward. It's like do this with your head held high because you are very much supported. I feel like you're taking a very brave step in January. One that you haven't done before, and it feels really brave. This feels different to the healing, but it feels like you could be like going back to education. You could start a new job, or you might be returning to work, whatever it is. It feels really, and you're doing it. 5 of Cups. I feel like energetically you are now choosing you. Previously you might have really just wasted a lot of this time and this opportunity, but now you're not. Now you're like, no, this one's going to stick. This is what I'm doing. And then we have, when I lean toward love, I am led. What I love about that card is I really feel like it is love for you that you are leaning towards. It's not so much love in your life in a romantic sense, an outward love. This is an inward love. When you lean towards that love, you are led. And where you're led is the journey. We have the Page of Wands, but then we also have the World. Now, these symbols in the corner can indicate education. So it could be a case of you are going to go back to education, like I said. But with the Page of Wands, I feel like it's an offer of a movement. It's an offer to go somewhere. I definitely feel like it's big travel, but it's an opportunity that was going to come your way where you might actually get on a plane for something. I feel like, even though this is saying January, these cards are further on than January. Whatever path you take this month will lead you on this path, because you are choosing yourself. You are choosing love, to put yourself first, and when you do that, good things follow in its wake. So there might be an opportunity where you're doing something right now, starting education or taking a big career step, and further on down the line is going to lead to travel. It's going to lead to you getting on a plane, because I definitely feel like it's a plane. And I'm drawn back to that 2 of Swords. This is you kind of going, should I do it or not? It looks really good if you do it. Yeah, Knight of Cups. It is all good opportunities. Knights are messenger cards. This is information coming to you. This is like, I really feel like it is slow and it is steady and it is predictable, and this isn't going to be like rush. This is something that's really going to flow really well for you, and just, I'm feeling like that kind of absorb energy is really, really nice and really gentle. And with the Knight of Cups, you know, it is this opportunity to put you first. Cups are emotional cards. So if you are waiting to hear, you will hear really, really soon about this opportunity to take or not to take. If you don't want to take it, you don't have to. But I think you're ready. The universe is ready to give it to you. You just need to verbalize it. You need to make the choice of, let's say it's a college course or some sort of course. It's you saying to the universe, yes, that's exactly what I want to do because I want this in my life. Then the universe is like, fine, here you go. Like slap, there you go. That's your opportunity. Okay. So January looks really promising. So I really hope you have a beautiful and blessed January, and I'll speak to you next month. And that's it. There you have it. All the cards have been read. So I really hope you enjoyed your reading, and if you did, I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe, and if you want to comment below, you know, which one resonated for you, I would be delighted to hear from you. And thank you so much, and I will see you next month.